We ready, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. We'll go ahead and call this regular meeting of the East Peoria City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Here.
Hill?
Here.
Mingus?
Here.
Sutherland?
Here.
Mayor Call?
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the pledge.
Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and every day that you give us. God, we ask that you would pour joy and love out on us as we enter into the Christmas season. In a world where so many are lonely, may we share friendship with joyful hearts. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the minutes, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the minutes of the regular meeting held on November 19, 2024 be approved as printed.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present, putting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries. All right, got some exciting stuff here. We have two items under communication, the first being a proclamation. Whereas on a serene Sunday morning 83 years ago, the skies above Pearl Harbor were darkened by the bombs of Japanese forces in a surprise attack that tested the resilience of our armed forces and the will of our nation. And whereas on National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, we honor the more than 3,500 Americans killed or wounded during that deadly attack and pay tribute to those heroes whose courage ensured our nation would recover from this vicious blow. Their tenacity helped define the greatest generation, and their valor fortified all who served during World War II. And whereas, as a nation, we look to December 7th, 1941, to draw strength from the example set by these patriots and to honor all who have sacrificed for our freedoms, and Congress has designated December 7th of each year as National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. And now, therefore, I, John P. Call, Mayor of the City of East Peoria, do hereby proclaim December 7th, 2024 as National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day in the City of East Peoria and encourage all Americans to observe this solemn day of remembrance and to honor our military, past and present. I urge all government agencies and entrusted organizations, groups, and individuals to fly the flag of the United States at half-staff this December 7th in honor of those American patriots who died as a result of their service at Pearl Harbor. And I say it every year, absolutely the greatest generation of my lifetime, and I'm proud to have a flag that flew over Pearl Harbor sitting in the mayor's office. And that's something that I always have appreciated about our World War II veterans. And if you know of any, thank them for their service, because there's not too many left. And with that, next up, we've got some lovely ladies in the house tonight that we're going to recognize. So with that, I'm going to ask Jennifer Cowan. She's the coordinator of the Festival of Lights Queen Pageant to step forward, and she can introduce our beautiful guests.
Good evening. Once again, we'd like to thank you all for the opportunity of letting us continue this pageant. This is my second year running it and went a little bit more smoother this year. So excuse how we're all dressed. We have two of our court that are in madrigals, and I myself am in Joseph. So I'm in hair and makeup on my way to dress rehearsal. So let's just start with, we have our second runner-up, Genevieve Call.
Hello, my name is Genevieve Call. I'm currently a senior at East Peoria Community High School, and I am so beyond grateful to have had the opportunity to be a part of the pageant and to further get involved within the community. And I'm very much looking forward to all of the events we have planned as a court, including the Santa breakfast this Saturday. So thank you so much.
Oh, good job, Genevieve. Congratulations.
And next, our first runner-up, we have Amira Dvorak.
Hey guys. My name is Amir Dvorak. I'm a junior at East Peoria High School. I'm just very thankful for everything that you guys have done, for what Jennifer's done. It's really helped me just grow in my, it's become comfortable, being comfortable with the city and with my friends. And I just wanted to thank you all for everything you've done.
Great job. Congratulations.
And this year's queen is Annabelle Poling.
Hi, I'm Annabelle. I am a junior at East Peoria Community High School, and I would love to take this opportunity to thank you guys and the city of East Peoria for not only continuing the pageant, but for allowing me to be a representative of my community and to be a representative of all the teenagers in this city, in this country, in the world. I think we get a bad rap for being teenagers, but we really do try. And I think that there are a lot of us that do a really good job, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to represent my generation. I was also so grateful to be a part of the Festival of Lights Parade, to be a part of the Santa Breakfast on Saturday and the Shop and Stroll on Saturday as well. It's been a really busy couple of weeks, but it's been so fun. Definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So just thank you all again.
Well, great job and congratulations. And we're going to give these lovely ladies a round of applause. We all did an amazing job, and I know you've already been busy and you have some work ahead. So best of luck with that, but we appreciate you being here, and we always appreciate the fact that we can recognize your accomplishments. So good job. And by the way, you don't have to stay. I say it every year for the boring stuff. We appreciate you being here tonight, and once again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We're all off to the high school for dress rehearsal.
By the way, we were not saying anything about the outfits.
Don't ask why they're dressed like
We wouldn't have noticed had you not said anything.
Well,
thank you.
Yeah, take care. All right, public comment. Anyone wish to address the council on an agenda item, please step forward. I'm seeing none. Commissioner Hill, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I move to adopt a consent agenda consisting of items numbered 1 through 7. Item number 1, adoption of resolution number 2425-091, resolution to approve payment of the scheduled bills listed on schedule number 14 in the amount of $1,331,534. Item number 2, adoption of ordinance number 4826 on its second reading, and ordinance changing the zoning classifications of certain real property located at 111 West Washington Street in the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois. Item number 3, adoption of ordinance number 4827 on its second reading, an ordinance providing for the sale of excess city property at 1654 Meadow Avenue, East Peoria. Item number 4, adoption of ordinance number 4821 on its second reading, an ordinance amending Chapter 6 of Title 4 of the East Peoria City Code for the purpose of adopting the 2020 edition of the National Electrical Code prepared by the National Fire Protection Association. Item number 5, adoption of resolution number 2425-084 on second reading, resolution approving supplemental Phase 3 engineering services contract with Fairgram Engineering for IDOT portion of the East Washington Street resurfacing project. Item number 6, adoption of resolution number 2425-085 on second reading, resolution allocating $1 million of motor fuel tax funds for the 2025 street maintenance program and confirming and approving 2025 engineering extension agreement with Patrick Meyer and Associates, an associated rate of compensation for engineering services related to the 2025 street maintenance program. Item number 7, adoption of resolution number 2425-086 on its second reading, resolution authorizing and approving the purchase of a new water line tapping machine and associated equipment from Hydro Stop for the city's water department, as listed on the agenda for this meeting to be considered by omnibus vote.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that items numbered 1 through 7 listed on the consent agenda be hereby approved and adopted, and the items numbered 2 through 7 having been read once by their title and having laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection, be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Commissioner Mingus, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4828 here to attach an annual tax levy ordinance for the city of East Peoria, Illinois for the fiscal year from the first day of May AD 2024 to the last day of April AD 2025 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Everybody's favorite topic, but well, I guess the good news is, if there is good news when it comes to taxes, the city has determined that we are going to hold our tax amount at a little bit over $5.9 million. And that was the same amount that we had last year, which effectively will cause our tax rate percentage to lower because assessed values and new assessments that come into to our city are expected to be a little bit higher. So with that, holding our assessment at 5.19 will effectively reduce our lower rate. And so one of the things that I'd like to mention that as we go through this process that our tax rate, we hear many times throughout the years about the city's tax rates, and one of the things that we've been mentioning, I've mentioned for at least the last 5 years, is that our tax rate has been flat for what's going on better part of almost 30 years, but now, if you look at the tax rate for the city, if you look at your tax bill, there's 10 taxing bodies on it, and one of those 10 is the East Peoria Corp. So if you look at the tax rate, it'll be, typically it's the third on the tax bill in order of tax amounts, and there's 2 taxing bodies ahead of that. So in years past, the last few years, the supervisor of assessments that's in the Tazewell County is responsible for making some decisions, and they've made some decisions in the last few years. I know, at least in my case, but I'm pretty sure it applies to everybody, that our assessments have gone up, our assessed values of our home have gone up, and there's statutory code that allows that to happen at the county level. You don't have to necessarily make an improvement in your homes, but there's statutory code that spells out the conditions for those, and so your assessments may have gone up, but I can guarantee you the city of East Peoria's tax rate has been flat for quite some time. And with that,
Yeah, very good. Comments?
I'd like to say, Mayor, it is a nice position to be in. We've been the other way where it was difficult to keep our taxes flat. And I think Commissioner Hill made a good point. By keeping our taxes flat or accepting the same dollar amount as we received last year, it essentially is lowering taxes because people's assessed value does go up. Now, I know that we have the benefit of sales tax, and we've done very well in East Peoria with our sales tax. I'm hopeful that other taxing bodies will do what they can to try to keep the taxes as low as possible. It's difficult for me to condemn others without looking in detail, and I'll admit this year I've not looked in detail at the other taxing bodies' boards, but I'm hopeful that they've had good years as well and can keep theirs as low as possible.
Very good. Any other comments?
Yeah, I probably should, but I'm not going to.
well, I've got 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that in response to Commissioner Decker is that the November meetings of our 2 school districts have decided, at least what they presented in their tax levy presentations, is that they're holding the line at their tax levy and effectively should be lowering their tax amount as well based on the expected increased assessment. So that's what both of those District 309, so Superintendent Gruder and Superintendent Ingold at 86 have both presented in their tax levy presentations, expected to be approved in their December meetings. So that's a positive thing.
Well, I'm sure hopeful, because I've preached the same thing for my 9.5 years sitting up here, which is, you know, this time of year, asking people to educate themselves on their property taxes. As the Commissioner Hill had pointed out, we're one of 10 taxing bodies on your property tax bill. The city always gets raked over the coals when people get their property tax bills every year, because they go up substantially in East Peoria. That is no fault of the city. We've towed the line for decades, 30 years, if not more, and we're hoping to set a positive example by keeping the tax levy dollar amount the same, which will absolutely decrease the tax rate. So I'm hoping other taxing bodies follow suit. We shall see. Here in Tazewell County, we've seen an increase of assessed valuations for the third straight year to a tune of 22%, at least on my tax bill. That's ridiculous. I mean, I know realtors that have difficulty selling houses in East Peoria because of our property taxes. People can say what they want, but at the end of the day, I don't sit up here to be disparaging towards the other taxing bodies and their, you know, the folks on those boards that make those decisions. But there's got to be a point in time when, you know, we have to sit down and have some tough conversations about what we're doing, working together to benefit the community. And, you know, you can say what you want, but East Peoria has high property taxes, and it's no fault of the city. And at the end of the day, I feel strongly that every board, no different than this council, we're held accountable to the same people. So I encourage people to do their legwork and their homework. And once again, I'm super proud of what this council is prepared to do here this evening. So thank you guys for your support. Any other comments? No, hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-088, hereto attached, resolution approving renewal of property, casualty, and liability insurance coverage and workman's compensation and cybersecurity insurance coverages be approved. Mr. Mayor, move you that this resolution number 2425-088 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Okay. Well, it's that time of year, or actually property casualty and liability coverage expired November 30th with renewal in the beginning of December. So for years, we've worked with Illinois County's Risk Management Trust through Cool Insurance, and they have been a good partner in working with us in trying to manage our cost and get us the best deals that we possibly can. Now, with that being said, our upcoming year, we're expected to see about $87,000 in premium increase in the property casualty, but have in the workman's comp insurance area approximately a $56,000 reduction. Now, with that being said, the annual policy rates are at $694,000 and $305 for the property casualty and workman's comp, come in at insurance coverage at $298,907. So on top of that, we have cyber liability insurance, and you know, I'm not going to say we'd want to pay anything we could on this. The cyber security is an ever threat. It's every day. I know in my work environment, it's a threat that they're increasingly getting more clever. And in your private lives, I know they do phishing attempts, and so it's important that we have security and we have that protection in the event that the evil figure out some way to get in. So with that being said, our lost track of our cyber liability insurance is about $26,869. So all in all, for those insurance packages, we're over $1 million, $1,020,081. And that's a slight increase of over 30,000 from year to year, and that's unfortunately, unfortunately, it's only a 3% increase from last year. So all in all, much needed insurance packages that we need for protection of our city and its resources.
Yeah, and I'd just like to point out, actually, and I appreciate staff and all the hard work they did, because we actually went out for, this is the second time since this council's been together in 5.5 years, went out and sought another proposal just to keep them in line. So we went out and provided all of the information to Risk Management Association, RMA, which is through IML. And here we landed back with Cool again, but they've done a good job for us. But, you know, part of what we needed to be is held accountable to taxpayers, make sure we're doing the right thing by them. So, but once again, we brought forward our recommendation, which is to renew the insurance through Cool. I'd just like to point out, one of the things the Commissioner mentioned was a decrease in worker comp insurance. So now's a fitting time to bring this up, and, you know, some people may get a little uncomfortable with it, but, you know, your money is your money. So I want the employees to know, as the insurance costs to the city of worker comp, we're seeing a decrease. That doesn't account for the settlements that the city pays out on work comp claims. This year alone, I've signed checks to a tune of $600,000 in settlement claims that's not covered by insurance. There seems to be this misnomer by a lot of folks that the city's covered and all these costs are covered by insurance. That $600,000 comes out of the general fund. That comes out of purchases for equipment or streets or whatever this council decides. The law may allow it, it doesn't make it ethical. And I get frustrated. I've sat up here for 9.5 years keeping my mouth shut about this, and we're to the point now where something needs to be done. I don't have the answer to it, but it's a problem that needs to be addressed in this city, and I don't know how to fix it alone. I can't do it alone. And people squirm in their seats when I bring this up, but the fact of the matter is, that is your tax money that is paying out these settlement amounts. So what does that mean? We cover the medical. You file a worker comp claim. We take care of the medical. We're on the hook. What is before you in our insurance? The first $300,000 of every claim, the city covers. It doesn't even, the insurance doesn't cover it. The city covers the first $300,000. So it's what happens. The law allows an employee to do whatever they want. They can come back. So what they do is they hire an attorney, immediately hire an attorney, and then from that point on, you don't deal with the city. You're dealing with our work comp attorney deals with your attorney. And the way the Illinois law, which is as crooked as the day is long, and you can't understand why businesses don't want to set up shop here, I'm going to help you understand it. Worker comp reform needs to be a priority in the state. And here's why I'm talking to the wall. Because there's so much money tied up in the worker comp between the attorneys that make millions and millions and millions of dollars because they get 20% off the top of every claim of every person they represent. You're going to pay something. Every body part on my body is worth a percentage of my pay. I hurt my pinky. I get an attorney. That pinky, based on my pay, is probably 13% to make me whole. I can't make this up. And it's time and time again. My frustration is this. Those are monies that we don't budget for. So that $600,000 that I've written out of our general fund this year, that wasn't budgeted for at the beginning of the year. So now we get to figure out what we're not buying or what's not going to be covered to compensate for that money. And I went there, and I'm going to keep going there because I'm sick and tired of writing checks that could be buying equipment or fixing streets, but yet I go back into Illinois law allows it. Does that make it ethical? Keep that in mind because budget time is right around the city. We send out a schedule to every department head. I'm putting this out there on the public floor because I think personally, I think we need to budget out of every department whatever that may be, dollar amount, we got to figure out how we're going to pay for this, because this is a problem. And that $600,000 is the tip of the iceberg. There's plenty of claims that by folks that are being represented right now. So before the end of this fiscal year, I have no idea where that amount's going to be. But I just, I'm frustrated. That's a lot of money, folks. That's a lot of money. And glad you got your bass boat and your new F-150 and your Ford Explorer and all that happy horse shit, but I'm sick of this. Something's got to change. Start looking out for the city needs, would you? That's all I ask. So,
I have a question. Is it legal or unethical to let the council and the public know who's suing us?
So settlements are absolutely 100% public record. And good luck finding the link to the state site where you can look this up. But it is by name. And I've said that on a council floor before when I was a commissioner. It is absolutely public record. Settlements you're not protected. So I haven't gone that far yet, but I'm about one step away from that because I don't know what else to do. That's a lot of money. Anyway, any other discussion on our insurance renewal? No? Okay. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4829 here to attach, clarifying regulations for mobile home parks regarding the size of individual mobile home sites, be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
This is just a clarifying ordinance. In the ordinance, there's references to some different sizes. Our size requirement has been, I think, let me see, 6,000 square square feet per unit for some time. But there were a couple of other references that are outdated as far as that were in there, and that's the clarifying part that we are not changing the size requirement. The size requirement per unit has been 6,000 square foot per unit for some time. There was some reference in there to stuff before 1998, so I don't have the information in front of me when the ordinance was written to require 6,000. So, again, we're not changing the footprint requirement for new units. It's been at 6,000, so we're removing the other can be confusing references to other square footages.
Very good. Discussion?
Yes. I've been trying, not so good, trying to figure out the mobile home situation because I do work for mobile home owners in other communities, and this is the only community that the mobile home owners have a problem putting a new mobile home on their lots. I don't know what the problem is. Everybody's got a different complaint. Some people have the complaint of the size of the water line that's coming in. Some people have the size of the sewer line that's going out. But as far as I'm concerned, and I'm going to support this tonight because I tried to find it in my packet. I couldn't find it in my packet or on my phone about what they're talking about tonight.
It's in the packet.
Well, sorry, Mayor, I've overlooked it somehow.
Okay.
But that's why when you drive by the mobile home parks in East Peoria, they look so dilapidated, because they are. They can't fix them up. If they have a sewer problem, it's their problem. I don't care if the city has an 8-inch requirement on a sewer line and a mobile home has a 4-inch line on their mobile home. That's their problem. That's not our problem. If it's required that you have to have a 1-inch water line coming into your home and they have a 3/4 inch plastic water line going in, that is their problem, not our problem. As long as they pay their sewer bills and their water bills, I don't understand the 6,000 square foot requirement. I guess I can and I don't, because they don't own the property. It's all communal property. There's no line in between mobile homes that says, okay, the line is here, this is my property, line is here. That's not the way it works when you buy or just rent a lot. Everything, the street parking is yours, everybody's property is basically yours unless there's a problem. So, like I said, I'm going to support it this time. I just want the problems to be over with, to where the owners of the mobile home parks in East Peoria can put a new mobile home in, or a new mobile home be sold there and put there. And if they have to take 2 lots and make 1 lot out of it, fine. But they've been turned down so many times by our department that they can't get a permit, that it's been years, and I mean years, since a new mobile home is brought in to East Peoria and has been turned down every time.
Well, I can tell you, these requirements here have been in place for well over 20 years. That I do know.
Well, maybe that's the problem.
Well, no, I tend to disagree with you.
Well, then you tell me, Mayor, how come that I know for a fact, after talking to some of the mobile homeowners, that they were denied permits?
Because they didn't meet all the other requirements. So we do have strict requirements.
But
a
it's
lot
not
of
our
it,
property. We don't repair the sewer lines. We don't care.
Commissioner Sutherland, I understand where you're, I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, a lot of these requirements were put in place to try to improve these mobile home parks. We have 4, I believe.
What do we
City
care
limits.
what size of sewer line a mobile home has got that we don't have to manage? That's their problem.
Well, I'm not.
Well, it'd be like putting a 2-inch line in, Commissioner. I mean, there's certain things.
They don't. But when these were done years ago, they were engineered. They were engineered. All the mobile homes in East Peoria were built by an engineer with engineering rationing. Now the pipes they're having problems with a lot of the older pipes because they dilapidated, and it's a big process to move mobile homes because all of the mains in mobile homes and the water mains, not always, but nearly always, run underneath the mobile home. So to repair it, you've got to move everything out or put it, you know what I'm saying? And that's nearly an impossibility to do if you have a mobile home that can hold up to 150 mobile homes. And so they patch them, they fix them as they get dilapidated. They do. I've been involved. So I'm just saying our rules and regulations got to be smart, and making them bring something up to date that was engineered back then, and not allowing them to just fix it the way it is and put a new mobile home. And if they have to make 2 lots into the 1 lot to make us happy, I'm happy with that. So I say onward and upward, and any complaints, anybody, with housing the way it is now, they have to live someplace. Everybody's got to have a home. So, guys, we're making a mistake if we run the mobile homes out of East Peoria, and they're in bad shape because it's as much our fault as it could be their fault.
I disagree with that.
Maintaining somebody's property.
Listen, we won't agree on it. It's okay. I'm not here to argue.
We're not going to agree because our rules and regulations, just like the electrical code, that we were worried about everybody having to change out electrical stuff inside their house by pulling an electrical permit. Some cases it's necessary, but in most cases it's not. And a mobile home swap out is the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay. As they take care of the sewers, they hire the contractor. We have nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Okay, you've made your point.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
Of all present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
That is it for me
All right,
tonight.
thank you, Commissioner Hill. Commissioner Decker.
One item, Mayor, ordinance number 4830. Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4830 hereto attached, an ordinance providing for the dedication of right-of-way for the city property adjacent to the intersection of Camp Street and Riverside Drive, be read at length by the clerk, and that said ordinance number 4830 be accepted on its first reading and hereby adopted as presented.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Madam Clerk.
Whereas the city officials and the city council for the city of East Peoria have previously identified the improvement of the traffic flow through Camp Street and Riverside Drive intersection as a priority in the immediate future for street improvements in the city, the Camp Street Riverside Drive intersection improvement project. And whereas the city will receive funding assistance from a grant from the Tri-County Regional Planning Commission for the Camp Street Riverside Drive intersection improvement project. And whereas the city has also allocated funding from the Rebuild Illinois Bond Funds program for funding the city's remaining portion of the Camp Street Riverside Drive intersection improvement project. Whereas in cooperation with the Illinois Department of Transportation, IDOT, this Camp Street Riverside Drive intersection improvement project will be put out for bid in January 2025. And whereas in order to proceed with the Camp Street Riverside Drive intersection improvement project, the city has acquired additional right-of-way and construction easements from property owners with land adjacent to the Camp Street Riverside Drive intersection. Whereas the city also owns property adjacent to the southeast corner of the Camp Street Riverside Drive intersection that is legally described in Exhibit A and depicted in Exhibit B attached hereto and incorporated by reference, the city parcel. And whereas in order to proceed with the Camp Street Riverside Drive intersection improvement project, the city must also dedicate the city parcel as additional right-of-way for the project. Whereas the city council hereby finds it is appropriate and necessary for the city to dedicate the city parcel as public right-of-way for Camp Street Riverside Drive intersection improvement project. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois as follows. Section 1, that the city parcel described in Exhibit A and depicted in Exhibit B, including any appurtenances thereto, shall be, and the same is hereby dedicated as public right-of-way for use by the general public in the City of East Peoria as a public right-of-way. Section 2, the mayor and city clerk of the City of East Peoria are hereby authorized and instructed to execute all documents necessary to effectuate the provisions of this ordinance. Section 3, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect after its passage and approval in the manner provided by law. Section 4, the city clerk is hereby directed to record this ordinance among the land records in the office of the Tazewell County Recorder of Deeds.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Morgan. Mr. Mayor, Council, this is a project that we've been working on for quite some time, Riverside and Camp Street. In order to get the project done, and as you'll recall, we've had what used to be called PUETS funds, as well as, what's the other one, Mayor? Rebuild America?
Rebuild Illinois.
The RBI funds.
Yes, that as well.
Rebuild Illinois.
Those are funds that we're using for our project, but in order to get the project off the ground and moving forward, we needed to obtain right-of-ways from others, as well as we had our own property we had to put into this mix as well.
Yeah, very good. And this is a project that's been in the works for years.
Yes.
We were hoping to see this project move forward last year, and then these right-of-way issues kind of popped up, and it took longer than we thought. And hopefully this goes out for bid in January, and this project will be completed. It's long overdue down there.
I remember, Mayor, back when years ago when we were considering doing the roundabout, I think that when we changed that, I don't know if it wasn't expected that we would need as much property or what, but I agree. This has gone on a long time, and it's nice to get it done and moving forward.
I agree. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
That is all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Commissioner Sutherland.
I have one thing tonight, Your Honor. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-089, hereto attached, a resolution authorizing and approving the trade-in of a 2005 Vector truck and the purchase of a new Vector truck for the Public Works Department from Co Equipment, Inc. be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-089 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
The city owns 2 Vector trucks right now. One Vector truck, the 2005, is been used by the street department. We usually hand off our used equipment to the street department because they have less use for one and have less time on it than what the main Vector truck does. But when push comes to shove, sometimes on job sites there's 1 Vector truck, sometimes there's 2, and there's been times that we've had to outsource and get 3 Vector trucks on a site, our own and somebody else's. The one that is our mainstay Vector truck that we're using now is going to go to the street department for some consideration. And this here Vector truck bid out after they gave us $12,750 for the old Vector truck. That's basically scrap money. There's nothing that could really be used off of it. It's going to cost us $499,714.02 for this new Vector truck. I'm not a big fan of cities owning Vector trucks, and pretty much everybody that knows me and knows my opinion about that. But in this case, with the new sewer plant coming on and us not having looked into it legally about hiring and outsourcing it if need be, as long as we get our amount of factoring in, I guess you could say, per year, and we get our money's worth, and it doesn't break down much, it's kept care of, I'm going to go along with this this time. If it lasts for as long, if I run again, and what I have left on my term this time, I'll be a happy camper. So let's just see how this turns out.
Very good. Any other discussion?
I'll say, Mayor, I appreciate this purchase. I know I was talking with Rick Smonsky today, and the street department does use a Vector truck, and I know our current newest one, how old is it? It's 10 years, isn't it? Or is
2016, I believe.
It's
Okay.
just about.
Yeah.
It's
About 8 years old.
But
Okay.
let me say this, and then you can go on. Since I've been involved, the Vector truck has been out of commission just about as much as it's been in commission.
Has it?
Yeah.
Is that because, is that normal for Vector trucks to be out of commission a lot? Or
I
is
don't
it
know.
just the one that we
No.
had?
You mean out of commission as in broken down, or?
Yeah. Well, we can't use a Vector truck for 4 months out of the year because of the frost. Okay? And if we do use it, it's for emergencies only. We have an indoor place for it now. And, well, we did before, but it wasn't our indoor place. We can take it out and use it as long as it's not too cold, and then rush it back in, clean it up, and redo it. And so if you take off the winter months that a Vector truck is sitting idle and the months that it's broke down, we're lucky to get 5 or 6 months, to my memory, out of a Vector truck. And then we have rain days. We have water main breaks to where you can't use a Vector truck, or it is in use, or everybody's on call to go do something else, like garbage pickup week and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of instances where it's not being used other than broken down, and a lot of it has to do with the weather.
I remember, I don't know if it was when we got the first one or the second one, talking about it, looking at it, I learned that there were a lot of things that truck can do that were impressive, that maybe isn't used often, but I know that it was I guess I've been around for the city for a while, and it's one of those things that have come on and really taken the place of a lot of other things. And hopefully the one that we're getting now doesn't break down often. And because like I said, Rick today, he was talking about how useful it has been within the street department over the years.
Very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries.
That's all I have tonight.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner Sutherland. Commissioner Mingus.
One item tonight, Your Honor, resolution number 2425-090. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2425-090 hereto attached, a resolution approving guaranteed maximum price for new police station project Camp Street under construction manager services contract with River City Construction LLC be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2425-090 be accepted on its first reading, is read by its title, and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. This is exactly as I stated. This is a resolution approving a guaranteed maximum price for our new police station. The guaranteed maximum price per this resolution is $21,596,201. That's including allowances and a contingency. I will turn this over to the mayor. I know he and probably Jeff as well were pretty involved in this earlier today. If you want to say anything else.
Yeah, really, there's not much to be said other than we're finally there. So we're going to be scratching some dirt here yet this month on this. It'll be a 2-story building, just under 41,000 square feet of what I call functional space. Not one square inch will be wasted on this building. So long overdue. Impressed by River City, and we partnered with FGM Architects in Midwest, now Fairgram engineered, but they did a good job. We met with them today, went over all the bids. It took 2 hours to go through the bids. That's how strong of an interest there was. A lot of very competitive bidding. So this $21,596,201 came in under what our estimated costs were, thanks to the bidding. So, but super excited to see this project moving forward. I know the command staff's in the back of the room, and Jeff, they did a lot of work to get us to where we're at here today. So super excited. I appreciate the council's support on this, and it's really gonna be an impressive building for decades to come. So
Can't wait to get it started.
yeah, very good. Any discussion?
Mayor, two things. First of all, I never realized how influential things like this can be when it comes to testing processes and attraction of officers from other places. And I think this has proven to be that. I've heard many officers from other areas talk about it. I mean, it was recognized. And another thing I'd like to address, I've had some people talk with me, and I've seen some comments online, and if anybody feels that, I've heard it said, well, we don't need a new police station. I totally disagree. And not to put work onto these guys, but I think they'd be happy to discuss the problems. I'm not going to talk about the problems with the current building, but they are numerous. I mean, first of all, its size and some of the lack of technology that our current building has. The new police station will provide so many things that will be better for our department, chain of evidence, just housing of people that they need to house for a short period of time. It is nice that we're finally able to get to a point of doing this for many reasons, but one, I think that this will be such a benefit to our police department. And so I just kind of want to defend that. I know that Mayor, you and Jeff and the police department have done a lot of work talking with engineers and design engineers, and it's expensive, but we're building it for a long time. This building that was only built for, Charlie, it's supposed to be 10, 20 years, something like that, and we've been in well over 40, I believe. It's close to that.
86.
Yeah, 86, okay, almost 40. So you can see what happens, and it's nice that if we're building a building that's we're supposed to be in for quite a while, it'll be nice to be able to have the space and be able to upgrade it if we need to stay in it for quite a while.
Very good. Any other discussion?
Yeah. I was involved over in Peoria at one point, and if I can remember right, the City of Peoria Police Department has limited access to some technologies at one point because of the building that they're in. Their building that the Peoria Police Department works out of is an old train repair station, I believe, and it's very old, it's very concrete, it's very thick. So to run cables and electrical stuff and cameras and have things at the right place in a building, you can't move interior walls in very well, if at all. And I see our police station as a very advanced, I believe that it will be second to none in this area as far as technology goes.
Absolutely.
I'm done.
Very good. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carries. Is that it, Commissioner?
That's all I have tonight, Your Honor.
Very good. Public comment. Anyone wish to address the council on a non-agenda item? And I'm seeing no one. Comments from the council. Commissioner Decker.
I believe I have nothing, Mayor.
Very good. Commissioner Hill.
I have one thing. For those of you in Christmas spirit and festival spirit, we've got the closing days of the Christmas Splendor contest. So if you have decorated your home, the registration ends, I think it's this Friday. Yes, Friday, December 6th. So there's business, church, and school category, there's neighborhood category, and then there's various divisions within the home division. One has to do with excessive lights, one has to do with inflatables, and one has to do with traditional. So if you're interested, go out to the city website for details. They'll tell you the judging will be December 10th and 11th, and when you have to have your lights obviously have to be on, and what you can possibly win in that Splendor contest. So make sure if you're putting lights up, you give it a crack, and hopefully good luck. That's it, Mayor.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sutherland.
Mayor, believe it or not, I've got nothing to say tonight.
Can you say that again? No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Mingus.
Just one quick item, that, Your Honor. I think we misspoke earlier in the year when we talked about car seat checks. We actually have our final car seat check tomorrow from 1 to 4 at Central House. So anybody who wants to get their car seat checked or a car seat put in, the fire department would be happy to do that.
Very good. Thank you. Excuse me. Last but not least, the young ladies at the beginning of the meeting had mentioned the shop and stroll. Excuse me. Got something in my throat here. Felipe's Gifts Galore Shop and Stroll is this Saturday, December 7th from noon to 3 down here at the historic Four Corners, Washington and McKinley Street. They'll have a lot of vendors. Neat time for the young ones to come down and check out the small businesses. It's always well attended, but we'll have the Grinch and Felipe will be down there. And I think they do carriage rides. I think we'll have that there again this year. But anyway, please come down and check out the small mom and pop shops down in that area. We'll have some other vendors set up there, but we appreciate support of the small businesses. So with that, I'd seek a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adjourn until Tuesday evening, December 17th, 2024 at 6 p.m.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. We are adjourned until we meet again.